Hello everyone! For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zoe. This video is going to be about staying positive in the audition process. I'm a first year student at LAMDA. I auditioned for 6 years before I got into drama school. I wanted to take the opportunity to talk through my experiences of auditioning and keeping a healthy mind and creative and remaining positive through it all. In my first 2 years auditioning for drama school, I didn't get any recalls. I felt like the people I was auditioning for had so much control over me. I would go into audition rooms and feel as though my creativity was being zapped. I wasn't in a very good headspace. I kept thinking that getting a place at drama school was the be-all and end-all. It was just no other way, and I couldn't rest until I had a place. And as much as that's useful to stay determined and ambitious with it, I think you can tip too far over the edge. I realised that I cared so much about the audition and that moment that I became this sort of wooden doll thing, and I couldn't express myself properly. I sort of fell out of love with acting because I associated it with performing 2 monologues to a panel who will listen to you for about 5 minutes and then be like, oh, cool, we'll let you know in a couple of weeks. And I was thinking, how can you judge me from sort of 5 minutes of seeing me do something and I'm not even speaking to someone? Like, most of the time it's to a wall. I realised that I needed to find what ignited the fire in me in the first place and use that to bring to auditions. Instead of trying to be something that I'm not, or trying to impress them, or getting caught up in my head thinking that if I don't get this right, which whatever that means, it doesn't mean anything, if I don't get this right, then I'm not going to get in. And then because I had that mindset of feeling like I couldn't fail or be myself completely, or just trust that I had enough to offer with the words that I was speaking, I was never going to get a place, because it would not have been the authentic me that I was bringing to the table. So time and time again I was coming out of the audition room feeling low, feeling like I hadn't done my best, or feeling like I really didn't know how it went because I was just pretty much stood there the whole time just talking to a wall, feeling pretty blank and uninspired. So I realised that as much as I cared and wanted to get into drama school, and that was something I've always wanted to do and knew that that was the path that I wanted to take, I also realised there's life outside of auditioning. So I started to do more projects. I would get involved with like short films that were unpaid to start with. From that, I ended up getting more work and more auditions, and I worked really hard and I wrote to lots of people, applied for everything that I could to try and stay creative and not rely on the drama school process, the drama school audition process, to inspire me, because it was just making me feel like shit. After the first couple of years, when I finally could breathe a little bit and went, gosh, Zoe, you care so much that the stress is actually inhibiting you rather than driving you forwards. So I think once you get past the initial, fuck me, it's scary, there's people looking at me, judging me, writing down things about me, once you get past all of that, you have to go in. And I think the best piece of advice I've ever been given about auditioning for drama school was, you literally need to go in and be like, fuck it. And it doesn't mean that you don't care. It's not a thing of like, fuck it, I don't fucking care, like this is shit, like don't you want to be here? It's not like that. I mean, you need to go in and be like, I'm going to show them who I am and what I'm about and do the best fucking job I can. And if they don't like it, fuck them. Pretty much. I'm being very brutally honest here, but I think it's so easy to be able to say that. You can say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go in and be like, fuck it. And it's so hard to actually put into place. I struggled so long because I knew that I needed to get over this horrible voice in my head that was telling me that I wasn't good enough, or that the speeches I were doing were just shit and I couldn't act, and all of that malarkey that you get when you're auditioning. Those voices were really strong, and like the front of my mind, every time I would audition, it would just get in my way. My head would just get in my way. And once I started to actually believe in myself and believe in the fuck it attitude, that's when I really started to break through with auditions and do better and show them actually what I'm about. It's so much easier said than done to fuck it. So I was 17 when I first auditioned. If I look at myself then, and what a little rabbit in headlights I was going into auditions, thinking that that I was nothing and that they were these big dinosaurs that control the world. I used to literally hop in and be like, apologise for myself and make myself really small. And then I look at last year and I auditioned just for 2 schools and I walked in and I was like the biggest and best version of me that I've ever been. Although I still had nerves, of course I did. I was still really nervous because I still fucking cared so much. But I went in and I was like, power pose, telling myself I can do it, giving myself positive thoughts. I still had doubts, of course I did. I was still going, oh, this could be better, or like this bit was shit, or whatever. But I think it's the most fuck it I've been in an audition last year. I think being comfortable with who you are and what you have to bring as a performer and as an actor is really, really crucial, because at the end of the day, that's what they're investing in. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for you. And I really don't believe in all of this drama school type malarkey, because as much as you can say, oh yeah, they definitely look like they go to RADA, or oh yeah, this person is definitely a Rose Bruford kind of girl, or whatever, I think it's actually bullshit. There's such a mix of people. There's people from all over the world that have come from many different socioeconomic backgrounds and walks of life and cultures and all of that. So if you think that there's a type and that you need to fit into a box, then you're wrong, okay? And it's a brilliant, liberating thing to be able to know that. You are enough. What you have to bring is enough. You just have to trust it and bring it into the room. Then they'll see you for who you are. Obviously, there are loads of other logistics that come into it. It could be that you're still quite young and they go, you know, you need a little bit of time to go and live your life a little bit. It's actually true. Like, the amount of stuff I learned each year I got rejected, getting those rejections makes you such a stronger person, or it should do in the long run. And when I walk out into the industry and when I leave in 3rd year, I'm going to be so much more prepared for all those knockbacks and stuff mentally, because it does take its toll on you, like, so much. Another thing I like to do is celebrate rejections, which can be so hard. Each time you get your no or sorry, not this time, whatever, celebrate it. Be like, fuck yeah, okay, so it's not happened this time, but that's good because it wasn't meant to happen. I don't believe in fate, but I do believe in, there's like a phrase that I quite like, which is, what happened is the only thing that could have. I've still got like my RADA rejection letter from like the first year I auditioned, and my Guildhall from when I got final round, and then they were like, oh no, and then they gave me like a 1-line comment, even though they said we'd get proper feedback, and I was like, grand. I kept them because it fuels me, and then I go, well, now I'm at LAMDA, keeping those rejections, I've been like, yeah, the more I get, the better, because then I'm going to be stronger and I'm going to be in a better mental state to go out into this industry and really give it my best shot and not be fazed by rejection as much. I get really passionate about this sort of thing, as you can probably tell. I think it's really important for me to share what I've gone through, because I know that there'll be other people out there who've auditioned for quite a few years. I remember looking for YouTube videos or whatever when I was auditioning and never really seeing people talk about the longevity of the process. And I want people to realise that if you really want it, you can do it. It may take you years and years and years, like it did me, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I really wouldn't, honestly, because I became a teacher, I got into photography, which I've always loved doing, and now I do it professionally. I've got my own business, met some of the most amazing people. I have been in a musical feature film, I've been in web series, I've made my own work, I've written more, I write poetry and I make music, I've worked on my guitar, you know, all of these things have happened because I got rejected from drama school. I would not be the person I am now if I'd not had those rejections. I could sit here and talk to you about, you know, this was my experience at Guildhall, or this was my experience at Bristol Old Vic, but people forget about all of the stuff in between and the feelings that come with it and how emotionally draining it is. So I hope this has shed a little bit of light into how you can turn it and use it as a fuel to the fire rather than water to burn it out. I'm terrible at making metaphors or analogies, so I apologise. To wrap up, stay creative, whatever that means to you. Do stuff. And it doesn't have to be acting related, it can be anything creative, or just keep busy, go for walks, read books, enjoy your life, and do work that you are passionate about. And even if it's like a bar job, find something interesting about it, like how you can talk to customers, practice your speaking skills, whatever it is. Creativity is so vital and key in the audition process. outside the audition room. Secondly, fuck it. Fuck it. You can still care and fuck it at the same time, I promise you, because I've done it, I've been there. Walk in with confidence and be the best version of you. It could take a good while, but you've got this. And I'm not sure why I'm counting on fingers. I'm gonna stop that now. But lastly is be you, unapologetically, as I've kind of already said, and it's not the be all and end all. It may feel it, but it's not. I helped warm up my friend yesterday for a audition at LAMDA, and I know her very well. She's a wonderful, wonderful performer and artist. She has written a one-woman show. She's going to take it to the Fringe hopefully this year, and she's writing more every day. She's so productive, and I admire her so much because she stayed in London after we did a course together, and she keeps powering on. But she said to me yesterday, she was like, I really, really fucking care about getting into drama school and I really want to train. But I know if I don't get in, I'm going to be absolutely fine. And I'm going to keep creating because she's an artist. She's not just an actor, she's an artist. And she creates and she keeps inspiring herself. And that is what's going to stand the test of time in the long run. When she has graduated or not, she's going to be so prepared for the longevity of having an acting career, and take that as some inspiration. Be an artist, because that'll get you through this crazy fucking mad world that we are living in as performers and actors, etc. As far as LAMDA's going, I'm having a ball, and I'm sure I'll do another video soon with a bit more info about that, but I wanted to do a video on auditioning, and I'm sorry if it was a bit long. If anyone's got any questions, fire them my way. I want to help people break through this horrible barrier and relationship that we have with auditioning for schools. It's shit. Much love to you all, and I will catch you all soon. Bye!